Students, we have, I think now 4 students, well, one of them's leaving, but I guess we got one coming. So we have 4 students in Birmingham. I've been able to sponsor a couple of those. One I'm very close to, Benin, who'll be here tomorrow, I think. It's become like my son. I love Benin. I taught Benin how to shoot guns, and his dad asked him if he joined the militia, because one thing I need to tell you is if you go to the States and you do something like shooting guns, don't take pictures with guns and post it on the web, because that's not a good thing necessarily. But we love Benin, and I love working with young people and feel just such a privilege to be able to do that. It's one of actually the purpose of our firm, and kind of my life purpose is to really connect and invest in leaders for the purpose of multiplying for kingdom purpose. And it's a lot of, even in our team, I have a investment banking firm that I started, and we've been in business, we're going on 15 years. In Birmingham, we got over 20 young professionals, and we just hired a Bridge2Rwanda student, Patrick, who's going to be a 1-year analyst program to come back here and hopefully start some businesses that y'all get to work for in the future, and I'll talk briefly about that. But really, the passion we have in even our company is to help grow leaders, and I know y'all are future leaders, and that's really what this whole program's about. And I guess my story, just briefly, was I grew up in a great family and had the opportunity to go to college. I actually paid for my college. I joined the military. About the time I was getting out of high school, my dad was in the oil and gas business, which is very cyclical, and he actually was going through a downturn, which we just went through. We understand that. And so I decided I was going to pay for my own college. I joined the Army, and actually got kind of paid for my college on the GI Bill, and actually ultimately became a lieutenant in the Army. But went to school, I got an engineering degree. My dad was an engineer, and he encouraged me, or kind of told me that's what I needed to do. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and I'm sure a lot of y'all are trying to figure out, well, what do I want to do? I remember that was such a big deal, because as a young man, I really wanted to understand, like, what am I called to do? What am I supposed to do? I went to school as an engineer, and I really struggled, to be honest with you, through college for 2 reasons. One, because I probably had too much fun early on, and it means I wasn't really studying like I should, and I was doing things I should have been doing probably. But secondly, because I was doing something I really wasn't passionate about. I was studying engineering, and I made it through college. I actually ended up doing pretty good. Made it, I think above a 3.0. Went to work in the oil business, and quickly realized that my gift was not being an engineer. And somebody who was very close to me, in a kind way, pretty much told me after about a year of being an engineer, where apparently I wasn't doing so well, that I might want to consider going back to get my MBA, which is a business degree. And so I did. I went back to school and I got an MBA, went through a 2-year program. In the meantime, I got married, had a daughter, actually had 2 daughters, went back, got an MBA at the University of Alabama, had my undergraduate degree. I started out at LSU, which I'm a big Go Tiger fan. I probably don't know what that means, but I'm sure the Arkansas people do, ended up going back getting an MBA, and then I got out of school, started a business, very entrepreneurial. I grew up around a lot of entrepreneurs, and had the opportunity to really do what I love to do, which was be a business person and entrepreneur. The challenge was, and I was just sharing with my little group right here, amen, because I always say amen, so I'm talking, to the Lord and you at the same time. I love your name, by the way. I was just determined I was going to go, be an entrepreneur, make a bunch of money, and do all these great things. And during that process, I got another MBA. It's called the School of Hard Knocks. I don't know if you know what that is, but you probably can learn about that. But the School of Hard Knocks is when you do things kind of in your own strength, and you learn from mistakes. And it didn't take me long to recognize that the School of Hard Knocks was pretty painful. And during my career, early in my career, my early 30s, I went through a tough time with my wife, my family, because I was really focused on the wrong things. I was just out there trying to, make it happen, and I was a hard-charging kind of guy. My marriage was not doing well. I wasn't really probably the right father. I was really focused on myself. And about that time, I had a very amazing experience. I went to this Bible study with some businessmen, and I had a faith, but I really wasn't walking in my faith. And somebody, Eminem asked me, well, how'd that? Because what happened is basically I came to know the Lord, and I had a born again experience. I was changed at the age of 33, and my whole view of life changed. I even get emotional. The way I saw things changed. Like I no longer saw life more about what I could get out of life, but really I had the heart that I wanted to what can I give to people and to life. And that was a very meaningful and unbelievable change. And Amen asked me, well, like, how did I decide to do that? I said, well, I really didn't decide. It was really a gift that happened. It was through a combination of a lot of things. I just really got to the end myself and gave my heart to the Lord, and I was made new to a new person. I'm a different person, and it was a miracle. It really was. But from that point forward, which was 16 years ago, everything really started changing my life. And a year later, I started the business we're in today, Founders Investment Banking. Really started that business with a purpose, not just to go make money and try to build a great firm, but really to use that to serve God and to do kingdom things. And really God's blessed us in an amazing way. It's been unbelievable over the last 16 years how He's allowed me to basically take what He's given me, the gifts, of the talents and the relationships, to really use that for something bigger and a bigger purpose. And I have a great team of people. Life is awesome. The thing I love about my faith is that God didn't create us really to do this alone. He created us to do it with others. This is one of the beauties of Bridge2Rwanda, that you get to do this experience together and get to experience the pain and the joy and the victory of life with others. And if you can really do that and have a spiritual kind of a faith component, it's even that much better. God created us to be in kind of relationship with one another. And so I get to work with great folks. My partner, one of my partners that Dale knows both of my partners real well, came over here last year, and we kind of have, this whole thing at the firm that we get to kind of go do this. God's blessed us with resources and influence, so we get to come alongside Bridge2Rwanda and be part of this and try to invest in young people to really help them. But then, it's so funny how that works, because, there's a lot about this in the Word, but by giving we receive, and the joy of life really is in the giving of yourself and the giving of what God's blessed you with, really, which is the most exciting thing I get to do. So that's really kind of, in a nutshell, the story, and I don't know if there's anything else you want me to talk about.